Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning. How are you? Let's see if the robots post the stream links for me. What do you think? You think they're going to do it? I don't think they're going to do it. Okay, so it's not doing it. So we're going to do it ourselves. Hey, where is... Yes, we need to pull this over. I was playing Soul Calibur last night. Oh, we don't need that, and we don't need that. So we have news in 10 minutes. Okay, here's the open. Not seeing a whole lot. We might be, really tight until the news. Obviously, there's not a whole lot going on. I'm going to just do that, and here's a Twitch. Well, I'd say that bot is useless. Yep. Okay, there has been some volume in here. That's cool. So let's start going through things, huh? Alright, E-mini. Big day yesterday. I mean, look at that. Good gap, move up. A little bit of a drop afterwards, some consolidation. I'd say that's good. So maybe hopefully we start retracing this just ugly area that we've been in, right? Ugly move down. Treasuries kind of, really consolidated. They didn't move a ton yesterday. So there does appear to be some pretty strong support here at 120. We'll see. If we break through that area, I would love to be short, but I think that we may continue to be a little bit range bound, not only today but for the near foreseeable future. But we have news, so there's always a good chance of a move on Thursday because we got non-farm productivity, preliminary unit labor costs, unemployment claims. Then we got ISM manufacturing PMI a little bit later today as well. So, yep, that's what we got. I think, well, we don't have a whole lot of people on yet. And that's not, the dashboard is all wrong. There we go. Good morning. So I'm trying a few new things. So have the stream reaction thing on. So we'll see how that we'll see how that goes. Probably should pick a different plugin. I don't know if that one's the best one, but we're gonna see if we can get a little bit more activity on Twitch. I was thinking we could, Twitch could be for silliness. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah, see, he does it. So I'm going to have to remove the bot from here and tell it to just put it in the stream channel. That's what I should do. And I think we should go and, visit our friends. Well, let's not do it quite yet. I have a little bit of food to eat. So we've got news in 5 minutes. Well, let's start and make sure the squawk is going, by the way. Live squawk. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to eat a little bit here and then maybe post some more links and so on and so forth.
Productivity for reading to well, the weekly initial jobs claim 112,000 expected. Well, 3 minutes now to hear Fine coming Arnie. Just a reminder that we won't be squawking during the press conference. We have posted a link on our Twitter page to watch live. 1 minute. .2% for unit cost, while productivity at 2.2%. The initial jobless claims 214,000, while continuing claims at 1.631 million. Again, that was the US non-farm productivity at 2.2%, meeting expected 2.1%. Power advised of 3%. Unit labor cost at 1.2%. Again, expectations of 1. Initial jobless claims at 214,000. Power advised of 216,000. Continuing claims at 1.631 million. Power advised of 0.638 million. Press conference with Bank of England's Mark Carney has begun. Reminder that we won't be squawking during the press conference unless other major news hits. Again, I provided a dial-in for premium listeners.
Okay, well, so there was the news. Didn't see huge reaction. I mean, there was a tick here and there. It ticked up, it ticked down. Not a whole lot happening. So I think this turns into E-mini dominance again, unfortunately. Well, so let's take a look at this. Yes. Okay. Yeah, things pretty quiet. Hello, I am new. Oh, okay. Aries, so I have a video here for you. Where is it? Let me just pop in here. I have, here it is. Getting started in futures. There we go. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we'll see how this live emotes thing works. I'd like to see people use it, but I don't know. I'm not too impressed with like the emotes that I see right there. Change reaction. I can change it to kappa, forehead. It's just not the thing we want. I need like emotes that are like buy, sell, you know? Yeah, if I see somebody's clicking it. Thanks. Well, I mean, that one's good. The one with the the face back. That does happen a lot here. Sometimes bonds can be super boring. I mean, if, say, that number had been really, really good, then we could just be like going 100 miles an hour and having lots of fun. But right now, it just kind of looks like we're stuck in range, and the institutions have no reason to be moving this. Oh, we need to fix this. There we go. And that tick up note was, there was a big order there in the E-mini. It looks like the E-mini is going to take a little step down there. Just a small temporary one at least. But just even a tick in the E-mini causes us to tick up. Ugh. Yep. Okay, so this robot, he's going. How do I... It was a nice idea, but he's just not doing his job. The robot just is not fast enough to post the link into the Discord, so I will continue to do it myself. Okay, tick down. So based on the current range, we could maybe buy 13.5. But like right here at the VWAP, man, it does not get... It's a union bot. Good luck. Oh, man. I don't know. This is like not only do we have a really long, well-established range that's been going well into the overnight action, but like we're right at the VWAP. This is super... I read institutional dark pool block trades before I leave for work and wanted to know what you guys thought about this. Well, how are you looking at the dark pool? That sounds like not something you should be doing. I wonder, I guess you maybe if you subscribe to the dark pool, you get to see the trades in it still. I don't know. The thing about block trades is that their whole... I saw 1.5 million share block trade for 3-year bond ETF bought at the ask for 83.07. Really, the order flow is about as bad as it gets right now. It's just everybody in Twitch is just falling asleep. I know. I mean, ZB is moving. ZB actually, did they make a new high there? Yeah, they did. They actually did break out of the range in ZB. So maybe we're going to move up. I don't think I want to buy that edge of the range there. I mean, that's an awfully good trap, but... And, you know, the E-mini is moving down a little bit. It's down, like, what? 4 ticks from where we identified that there was a bit of trade going back and forth. So, But it kind of looks like they are going to wait for the E-mini to do something. So this could be like the couple of days past where it's pretty slow up until the E-mini opens, and then there's a lot of ticking back and forth. But ultimately, it doesn't get a whole lot of a trend. A freeway is through the street smart edge trading platform for Schwab. It's trash other than this feature, which allows him to see the block trades. What order flow is fun? Well, like, I don't know, when it's moving. I thought yesterday was fun. Really, it's been like a pretty crazy month, and now for it to just be sitting here like this, being this slow is awfully painful. Oh my, that's right. I'm looking for a one lot traded into O3 waiting for my fill, and he never got filled. That's right. So Service gonna say yesterday was not fun. No. But things did pick up. I mean, things did get interesting. And we traded back and forth many times, which is kind of not so back and forth is not so common, but it can be good trading if you're just doing short-term scalps. Why am I so good at calling these edges? And by good I mean bad. Yeah. Right? If you didn't get filled, that's at least that's a good thing, right? Being not filled is the best, because that means you were right. And you just get to feel bad about not getting the trade. But you don't have to feel bad about being wrong. Yeah, getting filled beats me because I'm so close. Then I take 7 MAE and cry about it. Man, yeah. You were like one take off too. Yeah, it really sucks when you don't get filled. Like when you're, especially in ZB, you're one tick off, or in the E-mini. Oh my gosh. How many times when I was trading that E-mini last week, and I would say with the stop that I've been using, it's not, that trade's not working out. It was a little bit of an experiment. There's definitely something to it, but I think to really take advantage of it, you would need to have a bigger stop, at least in that turmoil. Maybe when the E-mini slows down, it'll be a good trade. But there were so many times where I put that order there, and the E-mini can move around a lot and zigzag back and forth and everything, and you don't get filled. It's like, what the heck? How can it be, how can you be that accurate? Says it can't be just chance. One tick that often. Yeah, if you're missing and it's running against you, just exit for break even or +1. $3 to the man isn't a big deal. Yep. In that kind of action, at least. Now if it's moving and it comes short, then that's maybe a little bit different. Let me just AFK and put in my offer at 139. So this is, I mean, you're already long. It does kind of look like bonds might try and move up here. But I mean, I think our bull bear zone is like way up there. Yep. It's way up there. At 04. So if we can get above 04, and then we'd have to get above 08 before we're really in a place where I can say you can buy for sure. But we are above the VWAP. Kind of stuck between the VWAP and the bull bear zone is kind of a sucky spot, isn't it? I personally wouldn't mind seeing it move down. I think they kind of have to move it down at some point just to test things, you know? If we break down and we have a good move, does the E-mini react to it? That's kind of the question I have in my mind right now. Is equities still going to freak out if rates go higher? But we'll see. Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to get the margin call until it's actually gone that much against you. Yeah. Yeah, no, what we do is very much, I was just reading here in the lobby of the Discord, sort of pointing out that this is a futures channel, not stocks. It is still trading, but a tiny bit different. We think futures is better than stock trading, simpler, better leverage, great liquidity, etc. Well, it's better for day trading, right? But futures trading is really more like pure trading, really. Like if you want to get good at trading, I recommend doing the futures, because that's the only place where you can really see everything and kind of get a clear picture of what's actually going on. And so, yeah. If you want pure trading, futures is the place. When you get into stocks, there's a lot more involved, and to do pure trading in stocks, you really have to be a specialist, which you're not, and you never will be. So I would recommend just not even bothering. They've pretty much, the specialists got pretty much a good corner on that market. So yeah. See, I think there's better remotes. We need like different emoticons. Like we need ones for like buying and selling and YOLO and all that stuff. You think, right? Well, yeah, pressing that react button is funny. You're gonna have to look at. I'm gonna have to tonight look at other plugins that they've got on Twitch. See if there's better ones. I would really like one that would just allow me to pick what I can put on there. You know, and give special ones to subscribers and stuff like that. That would be great. Okay, E-mini's moving back up, maybe. They're trying. Or are they actually going to ever do it? Yes, I'd need to trade like 20 lots. Well, you're a mess. It's true. Yeah, Zerv was doing really, really good. And he still did good for the month, but I think that there was a few bad losses in there that really hurt his consistency numbers, so I don't think he's up at the top in the Jigsaw leaderboards anymore. Still profitable, though, I think. And very profitable. I mean, enough that he lived on it. I don't think he lives on it, but he could. Bum 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 ba-dum. He got a good number of viewers now. But we got 8. We usually have about a dozen people or more, especially in YouTube, especially after like 7 o'clock. So I think there's a couple of people that trade the E-mini and come in and watch. So we pick up some more people, but right now it's just super slow. Hold on a second, I need to close this. There we go. If I don't close that drape, I can hear my voice reflect off of the window there. I should probably get more cover to put just like literally right behind the speakers and the window to cover it up when I stream. Just a little bit less of that low. I think it sounds pretty good though, yeah? So what I hear is not exactly what you hear because I compress it a little bit and do all sorts of funky audio things to it. Okay, well we're now like at the bottom of the opening range, and they're kind of threatening to take this. So it could go short. Obviously, the best place to go short would have been 14. And we definitely had opportunity to do that, but at the time, I didn't have anything that was really saying that we were going to move one way or the other. In fact, I'm still slightly skeptical they were going to break the overnight low. I mean, that low has been not 12.5, but 12 here has been there for a very, very long time. So for them to just trade right through it would be really unusual. If anything, maybe we could think about taking a long here. Although to take a long, I think I would have to think that the E-mini is going to move down, and I don't think that's what's going to happen. So I think it's better to just stay out here. Okay, well, they're buying it back up. So they went down for a tick, but there wasn't like any like super panic or anything. But there is a big order now at 12.5, which I think is good. And there's a big order down at 0.90, so I think maybe we could, especially if I get some good backflow into this, could potentially take this short. Is what I'm thinking. kind of on the short term, the risk reward isn't very good, but we do have like the 090 target. Now, given this action, I think we might have a hard time getting to that target, but maybe a real trend starts, Okay. So now some absorption at 120. Some additional selling there. Okay. So a lot of buyers hit that and it's still offer. Let's see what happens. Okay. So now they beat it out. They have an okay bid. Nope, it goes offer again. I mean, if you wanted to go short, that was your opportunity to get filled at 12, right? I'm not entirely convinced here. Either way. The E-mini could end up doing just about anything. Well, let's reset the DOM at least as a reference point. And there is some profit taking there at 11.5 as well. Fuck Southwest Airlines, by the way. I check in at the exact time and I'm like 60th in line. Yeah, that's the problem with them. I've noticed now is that it's like this mad rush to get as early into the line as possible, which is probably good for them, getting the plane boarded everything early. But yeah, I don't think it's when they first started doing that I really liked it, but I don't like it as much anymore. There's a lot of volume in here. Okay, well, it was like what, 9K they traded at 12? It wasn't quite 9, it was a little bit less than that, right? I think it was 7. It was 7K traded into 12. They did make it go bid, but it went offer again. Now you're getting 7K hitting into 11.5. Trying to make that one go offer and they're having a hard time. Okay, so they made it go offer and they put a good offer on it. 22. By the 5 years, not quite there. Yeah. In fact, the 5 years saying that they're going to go up. I feel like I have to fly it because my wife is incapable of only taking a carry-on and bag fees are dumb. Well, she just doesn't travel enough. Needs a suitcase only for shoes. The good news is this time tomorrow I'll be a few drinks deep at 30K, yes. You really get plastered, huh? I tell you, so my wife is a flight attendant, right? And she, when we go flying, she gets everything so consolidated and well packed. You know, everybody a backpack and a carry-on. She fits it all in that. She needs 4+ outfit options per day. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, so when we had that tick earlier, now there's 67 showing up at 11. And it's way bigger than that amount that we had at 12.5. Now the 5-year is not showing that it's willing to go into that 11 3/4 yet. Oh, he says she used to fly all the time and she still would take a big bag, huh? That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I guess if you check it, you didn't have to feel the pain and everything, but the thing my wife is always complaining about is people that just don't know how to fit their bags up in there. Like they think that it won't fit, or they have a bag that they shouldn't have brought, and question though is, what's the E-mini gonna do? It's still just sitting here doing nothing really. The E-mini. Well, there you go. They did tick up. Oh yeah, and that really pulled at 12.5 too. I don't know if 12 is a good spot though, unfortunately. So I think we missed it. I think to catch that one, you really have to put your neck out on the line in action like this. I'm not so willing to do that. Okay, so now the 5-year is showing a really big bid. And now it's gone. That might have just been there to try and coax them to move up, but I mean, you're gonna get the other side here, the 130 level in the 5-year. Watch it go and make new highs now. That would be a classic. That would be so classic. Yeah. Man, well, if they do it, let them. Interesting that that 7 doesn't show up lighter colored. Okay, there you saw it there for a split second, and then it came up. Okay, now we're getting a big order at 130. See, that may just be that guy at 13. That may have been the guy at 13 wanting to push it up into his order, you know? Is it gonna... See, they're not like aggressively trading into 130 either. In fact, the 5 years kind of pulling a little bit like that they might trade down. What do we have? Do we have the notes out yet? Oh wow, some of these people go. Okay, there it is. Come on. Bum, 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 bum. As long as the overnight low holds and the 137.24 level remains intact, I think ZB could see a move higher today. On the other hand, if the overnight high at 138.09 can't be taken out, we could see a move to test a prior week lows in the 137.20 and 137.15 area. I see. Okay, well, they were not able to trade through the 130. And this pushback up in volume does not equal. That push up that completely retraced that move was less volume than the move that pushed us down. So there are now people trapped out 11.5, 11.25 in the 5 year. The E-mini is moving up, by the way. They're testing the top of that range, let's say. More questions in the lobby? How much capital does it take to get started? If you're trading on margin, can you hold overnight? You could if you have enough, but it's a lot more margin. Well, they're attacking that 130. They're not giving you and feel like if I had had that there, I kind of thought about putting an order out there. I don't think that would get filled. If it did get filled, I'm not so sure I want it. Yes, okay. That makes sense to him. You could realistically day trade treasuries on 2 to 3K. Yes. Yep. Glad we could help. I wonder if that spike down was some guy exiting a position. I'm a buyer today. Not enough sellers trapped. Wait for a pullback. Well, it was about almost 20,000 contracts. It actually was a lot of delta. It actually was a lot of delta. I do think it may have been that move down was somebody exiting. Like if you had gotten in a position overnight, and let's just say for the sake of argument that you were profitable, and it was that flat, then and you don't know what the EME is going to do, then yeah, why wouldn't you just get out? But now the critical thing though is that they couldn't get over 14. So So Igor is saying that he bought at 23. Even if I had a stat that gave me a really good chance of it going up or down, I can't take any of these trades. It's just not, order flow is just not clear enough. Well, maybe the buy. I did say that maybe I'd take the buy. And when we were up here, I kind of pointed out that it was going to go around, but again, it wasn't like a super clear signal or anything. I think there was some good trades in there, but I don't think that they were like high probability trades. So, not so sure I should take that. What do you guys think? Oh, so there was another thing that I got in there, which was I don't have it. You can't see it from the dashboard. That sucks. Twitch.tv/speculatorsf is I have like a poll right here down at the bottom. No, it's not going there. Let me add it. Yes. Okay. So let's see what it says now. Can you guys see the little pull down there below the video? You can see if you guys think that it's going to go up today or down today. They did break the overnight low, right? So that makes it super hard to want to buy it above 13. But we did get above 13. And if it stays above there, then that starts to make it a really good up trade. There's some people trading it there. That's a little... When I see a bunch of big guys trading it there in the middle, though, that's not necessarily a good thing, because that's often a recipe for more rangy action. Oh, I haven't tried that one. Like the rhythmic like the simulator that they make you use for the Top Step Trader, for instance, you can straight up cheat with it. I'll tell you how you do it. Pick a price that you're seeing a lot of stacking and pulling at, that's far away from you. Put an order there. And what is liable to happen is, because there's been so much stacking and pulling there, and the simulator assumes that everybody that pulls is ahead of you in line, and so it'll come up there and it could trade one contract and it would still get filled. So that's the way that you can trick their simulator. And you can do that and just take like a tick out of it, or if you really catch a good spot. But you can get fills over there that are just not realistic at all. It lies. So I noticed John has up. That's 2. Yeah, I think I can do better on the panels and stuff. I don't know though. A lot of it is like, need a lot more people in here. If there's 1,000 people watching, then things would be very different, wouldn't they? Seems to me if you get filled on a limit order, the market is actually moving against you at that point, unless a lot of people have piled up behind you. Yes. Okay. So they ticked 120. You know, that's a good question. Hmm. Somebody will find it, I'm sure. So talking about when you get filled on limit, that in order to get filled on limit, you have to have the momentum moving against you. And so that kind of biases your trade by that fact alone, and it's a significant bias. You really have to be picking a spot where it's turning around to get that fill. So if you're always using limit orders, it's a little bit harder to get a higher win rate. But if you always buy it with market order, you not get as many ticks. So it's hard for a small guy. Well, we had the move down there for sure. They touched 120, but they stacked back up at 12.5 pretty quickly. 8 minutes before the E-mini opens, I'm tempted to buy it, but let's wait for the E-mini to open and see if we can get a tick or two there. Well, lots of people coming in and asking questions today, so that's good. We'll always like to see new traders. I mean, this in ZF looks bullish to me. We came down there and it's up 120, so we have a potential pivot there. And the 2600 does not look firm at all. It looks like that's gonna that if they start trading into it, it's gonna pull. They're not doing it yet because there's just not a whole lot stacked at 12. I also got to keep in mind that things aren't are a little off kilter. This one's up 3. These two are up 2. ZB in particular is not acting like the others. Okay, ticked down. That 117 pulled. So they're a little bit more heavy at least. Oh, okay. He calls it the negativity bias. I don't know if what John posted there is what they were looking for. No, he was talking. It's specifically about the fill. That if your strategy only gets filled on limit, that biases your stats in a certain way. It actually reduces your probability because you're getting filled on limit. Because you always have to get filled when the momentum is against you. It makes a difference. It really does. By the way, how's YouTube today? I'm not seeing the charts found it. It's on bonds. Got it. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't. I posted some of them over there. I have charts on another window. But we don't really use them for order entries or anything. It's just kind of to remind me where we were at. That's why you'll often see me, looking over here. So, okay, so they bought it. So that's pretty positive, I think. Well, pretty positive for Treasuries to move up. Now the problem is still we're not taking a trade because the E-mini is about to open, right? Just that one tick there alone kind of makes me think you could have taken 13.5
Prior 54.
See, and when it goes off, or they immediately start hitting into it again. That looks bullish to me. Well, we got 2 minutes. Let's be patient. I really want to buy it, but let's be patient. Okay, so I am seeing some pickup in volume in the E-mini. That could be buying.
0.9 for the Canadian market manufacturing.
Okay, here goes. Okay, so big selling on the open. Big market selling on the open. Okay, well, you could have taken a tick. Well, we're at that same spot at 140. So this is a spot where it could potentially hold. Okay, buyers are making some real progress there. And I'm gonna let it do its thing a bit more. I want it to give me a little bit more stronger of a directional signal. I mean, the EBD's moving up, but we gotta get all the way to 27, 28. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, well, they busted through it there. So now you're at the top of the regular session. 14.5. So now if we bust above that, then maybe we could be good. There's quite a bit of back and forth in the E-mini though. So now those bids kind of pulling look like a lure to me. Especially in the 5-year. That looks like a lure. Okay, they took it with only 619. It could be a sell there. The E-mini is buying up a little bit. Wasn't me. Zerv was pointing out that one lot traded into 138.03, and then we ticked down. And I asked if it was him, but he said it wasn't him. Because we had been messing around with that, saying, you know, when you get to those edges there, to make sure that one lot trades into it to mess up the chart. I was trying to get out at 03, not get in. I see. Okay, you getting continued strong selling in E-mini, but they're still at the top of the range. Okay, and we had an iceberg at 14 that we've passed up. Hmm.
10 minutes now until we get the US market manufacturing PMI final reading for October. Let's say expected at 55.8 against prior 55.9.
Okay. So that that resistance above us continues to be pretty strong because we kept bouncing off of it again. And the E-mini is making a push up, and that's pushing Treasuries down. The deltas are not in line with that in the equities. You notice, yeah? Can you see that? I have to minimize myself here. See right here? See this white? It's a down. It's down. What's with that? Even though this is up. So we're getting a divergence in cumulative delta that could be a good trading opportunity for guys in the E-mini, but you don't know which way it's going to go. If they break out through past this, maybe you have to get above this big order here, but if they get through that, then there's going to have some of these guys are going to have to stop out. Nobody wants to watch you trade stocks. That's not a game. No, yeah, that's fine. You're probably right. We get a good dozen viewers or so every day, but most of the people that watch are just other traders that get bored when it gets slow, like today. So right now we're actually doing really good. I've been trying to push the Twitch today. Hold on. Okay. We got more people on Twitch today than usual. Usually we have 3 on Twitch. Today we've got 5, and then we've got 7 in YouTube. But I think some people may have seen that I was saying that I'm trying to do some more fun things with the Twitch, and so they moved over to there. But anyways, I mean, the thing is I don't necessarily care if people watch, because I make money other ways. Obviously, it would be super great if like 10,000 people watched, like some of these Twitch streams. Oh my gosh, a lot of people watch Twitch, and they make real bank. When 10,000 people watch you can make real bank, right? But we can make money trading, and you can make a lot of money trading too. So if people watch, that's great. And if they don't watch, it's okay. The real advantage to the streaming it is that it's recorded, so I can look back at it. That's the primary thing. But then, because we've done the streaming, we've been able to build a pretty good community. So there's a lot of people that don't necessarily watch the stream, but originally found our community through the stream, and now they're just in Discord. So, and we found some really good traders, and I've learned a lot from them. So that really makes the streaming worth it. So that's why I stream. If it ever got to the point that lots of people watched, then maybe I would start doing other things other than trading and show some games. But, don't have the time for that right now. I have to invest my time into other things. But yes, so I hope that, I know that's just trolling, but I hope that gives people a better idea of what we're trying to do here. Well, it comes back to that 13 area or so, and it's just really slow again. 130, 135. Okay. So I'm still, it's now well enough past the mini opening that I could maybe take a trade. There's PMI coming up, and that also might be a better opportunity after that, so I think I might wait for that. Maybe I don't take any trades today. That happens. I mean, it hasn't happened for a good while because of the volatility that we've had, but sometimes that is what's right. There's been so many days where I wish that I hadn't have taken it because there wasn't really actually opportunities. But this divergence here in the E-mini, can you still see it? Yes, you can still see it. This divergence here is really, well, this versus this. need to, I can do that a little bit better. Okay, there's this one, and this one is like this. See that? Ah, now they are selling it. They're selling it very, very, very hard. 5 minutes ahead of the news. So I feel a little bit more sure about the possibility of moving up more. That I like that. Let's take that. Yeah. So there's some reason for people to be selling it here because the E-mini's taking a little pullback from that sell.
Manufacturing PMI again, the final reading for October expected at 55.
But this number is still holding. So I like that as a good place to potentially get long. Because this is a spot where I know I can get filled, but there's also some signs that it's going to hold. And we got some momentum to maybe push us up. And if we can get this above 2,000, come on. Well, the E-mini is selling again, come on. Nope. They're not ready. We can battle it out a little bit still, I guess. Okay. Kudlow's been on TV a lot lately, hasn't he? Looks like they're doing that thing again where we have a tiny downtick on new highs ES and then 1 point down and we're up on bonds. That broken imbalanced correlation. Yes. I'm definitely seeing that as well. The bonds want to buy now. There's a bias for the bonds to buy even though the action's being driven by the E-mini. So when the E-mini goes down, the bonds really buy up, and then when the E-mini moves up, the bonds barely come back at all. Okay, so now they're selling new lows. ZF needs to flip here. They've kind of been toying around with the idea, but they're not going. Let's reset. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, 2,500 behind me is not bad. Usually when you get above 3,000, then they're really starting to pressure the offer.
One minute.
Okay. What's the number we're looking at for PMI, by the way? We're looking for final manufacturing PMI 55.9. Okay. Well, I would have liked to have gotten at least a tick through here before the news comes out. But 55.9, 55.9.
10 seconds.
They're not really pulling for it, so I don't know if it's a huge concern.
55.7, 55.7 for the
Okay, so slightly under expectations.
Also from Ford, US light vehicle sales fell 4%, whereas estimated to be down at 5.5%.
Okay. Well, they did.
US manufacturing PMIs, the final PMI output index at 55.2, while the employment index 55.5.
They did downtick, but it didn't hold for very long, did it? And the E-mini is still kind of looks like it's selling down. I mean, there's some liquidity down below us here, showing up. You see that? So that seems in our favor. unlike that bid above 25 again. And definitely we still need this flip here in the 5-year. Well, they've absorbed a lot. They've bought a lot of contracts at 14, haven't they? Okay, now the E-mini's doing a little bit of getting a little bit of fighting and pullback there. Oh, there we go. Hey. Oh, look at how much sold into it and it held. Wow. There you go. Yeah, and now the E-mini is taking a dump. The new low. Yes. Hi, dear.
Dogs away, please, when you do.
Yes. Did you feed the birds?
Yep.
Okay.
They're uncovered. I fed them.
Okie
I'll
dokie.
tell you what.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, we got 2 ticks. Well, potentially 2 ticks. I have to get out there, obviously.
Trump acts aggressively on China if no deal reached. To repeat that, Kudlow saying Trump act aggressively on China if no deal reached.
Okay, well, that's news that could work in our favor as well. Okay, I'm still seeing the pressure follow through a little bit. I'm not buying it super strong.
Meet Xi in Argentina, Kudlow saying Trump will probably meet China's President Xi in Argentina.
Okay, interesting. See, I'm looking now to see the momentum stop. Any signs of it stopping? It's not going really fast.
Is being discussed. Agenda for the Trump Xi currently being discussed, says Kudlow.
It may continue through here, but that one's not. They're not just immediately stacking it there, and 3 is good. In this action, 3 is good.
Kudlow Trump Xi meeting would be very formal. See that Kudlow saying the Trump Xi meeting would be very formal.
Okay. The mini is threatening again. No. Okay, so the momentum is definitely stopped. So we have an okay spot, but we're maybe a little bit too much on the edge. Let's see. Come on. Of course, now if they go through here in the E-mini, may continue going. Oh yeah, see, that was a good stack there. Yeah. Too slow on buying 03 over here. It's hard to know when it's going to end, you know. There was some resistance there. Where did we get out at? So we got in at 140. I got 1, 2, 3. So we got out at 155. And it's still, so I actually got a good price, I think. We could have gotten one more, potentially. But the 3 was okay. Especially when you come up and it's come down and it's getting crazy. It's kind of when we want to get out, so I think that's good.
Just a heads up then, just under 10 minutes time at the top of the hour, get some more US data here. Starting with the US construction spending month on month for September, looking for spot 1%, minus 1 spot 4%, and spot 4%.
Well, I have to say,
reading for the IS manufacturing PMI for October, looking for reading of 59.0 again. range there between 67.5 and 63. Then move on to prices paid for October via the ICE. Looking there, reading a 65.0 against a prior print of 69. Range there between 63. Then move on to the employment index for October. There looking for a print of 57.5 against the prior read of 58.8. Range there between 57 and 59.3. Lastly, we'll end with the new order manufacturing index. October, no estimates there, but a prior print of
Yeah, so earlier in the session, our elite traders in the Discord said that they thought it was going to move up, and we did. So they haven't broken the overnight high, which I think they were kind of saying that we were likely to break the overnight high.
employment orders and construction spending.
But yeah, that was a good call. And we did make... obviously, I could have gotten a lot more out of it. I mean, I could have bought 13.5 was really probably where I wanted to take it. But I still got 3 out of it. And it's getting crazy here. See, this right here is kind of like... Okay, it could go higher, but that's... If they tick down, there's a really good chance that that's going to be a pullback. So, we made the right choice in getting out there. For our strategy, at least, that's the right choice. They may still move up. There's definitely somebody passively buying this. Might get in on small size if I can get 3 or 4 on ZB. Otherwise, I'm done for the day. The alligator typing a little bit. What's he thinking? Love it. Well, it's good now that we got a couple of people on Twitch that I was able to get an okay trade out for you. We may have, I mean, I like to go until 8:30. So, then we may still get one. But I'm still pretty... Okay, so there's a bit of pulling there. That was interesting. E-mini is making a really strong comeback too. Interesting that they've made such a strong comeback and Treasuries have not come back at all. But we got news in 5 minutes, so that could be factoring in as well.
Democrats.
I'm pretty sure that if Democrats do well, actually, I take that back. I was about to say maybe Donald Trump will end up doing a lot of vetoing of things, but I mean, they're not going to take over the Senate, so you're probably not going to see much legislation on his desk at all. It's going to be, if Democrats do well, this is the thing, is like, if you want issues like immigration and healthcare to receive a solution by Republicans, then obviously you want to vote for a Republican. But if you don't like the Republicans' ideas on immigration and healthcare, then you're going to get just more nothing for 2 years. Right? And maybe even for longer than that, because I don't know if the Democrats can even pull it out by in 2020. They may even take the presidency, but I'm really skeptical that they would take the Senate. So you would still probably have a lot of nothing. Nothing. Treasuries look pretty comfortable here. And they are pivoting again, and the E-mini was lower, so that's not good. It's not necessarily a huge deal, though. You know, today is probably a little bit more of a consolidation day in the E-mini anyways. So we'll see if they start.
Change the order.
Okay.
I will look for reader 59 response.
Yep, 59.0.
Looking for printers. Send. We'll then move on to prices paid for October. Well, we'll finally end manufacturing October, where the prior print of 61.
Okay. So the 59.0, as we say in America. Now, Treasuries just look super comfortable here around 150. I'm actually quite lucky. It did look like I would have gotten filled at 16, but I think I was quite lucky that I got 15.5. So able to pull 3 ticks out there was, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I traded this strategy and worked out it was good, but it does kind of feel like a little bit more like luck, like I was just catching noise, you know, because the treasuries aren't really moving a whole lot. Distribution, yep. Okay, so all those numbers right there, those negatives, that's liquidity just pulled, so they are pulling for this 8 o'clock news to avoid the volatility. So that's good. We might get a real trade here. Have to be fast though, so I don't know if it's really a best. This is a super great trade for us, but let's see what happens. I'm not necessarily seeing the E-mini pulling for it, just the treasuries. Okay.
57.7 construction. Plant prices paid 71.6. Employment index 6. New orders 57.4. The construction spending prior has been revised upward quite drastically.
Okay, so the number was bad.
1%. Recap the main numbers. Item manufacturing 7.7. Softer versus construction spending for September. So softer in as a flat read.
57.7. It's not a huge disappointment, is it?
5 employment. 5 new orders.
Yeah, that's not a huge miss, but
spending was up about 3%. Public spending down 9% for September.
Good deal. Should have held that. You see that big order there? I mean, I wouldn't be filled at 17 yet, but that big order at 16.5 is good news. Oh shit! Wow, yeah, that's pretty bullish on our side. And I could just hit into this. I don't know if I want to take another one, but construction spending was 0 versus 0.2. It was ISM, right? Sorry.
Trump didn't discuss Kudlow. Kudlow saying Trump did not. USD is massive and an
So here's your chance to get long 116.5 again. E-mini pushing down. I don't know. I mean, there's not the big order at 16.5 anymore. Good job. So you
Trump didn't call Powell to discuss.
Oh. So Trump and Powell have not even talked yet. Zerfkin can make some more videos up. I'm just kind of like I'm getting the itchy finger. I kind of want this to continue, but I don't know if this is like the end of the world. You know, like even he's still kind of holding that spot. Let's see, they're coming down. They're gonna attack those lows. Can you eat my words here? Nope. Okay. I don't know. Trade. No monkey. I did take a trade. You missed it. You just barely missed it. We took 2 today. I usually take like 3 to 4 today on a day, but today's been a slow day, so I don't know if I'm going to I'm kind of, I don't know. So there was some big stacking here at 16.5, which is usually a good sign, but we've been pretty range bound today. It's really uncertain. Well, okay, I guess maybe they're going to take it. So there's this big one at 18, and then there's 20. So we'll see if they've got the oomph. The thing that concerns me right now is that the ZB delta is not matching up. I think we may get there's probably another move in this, but we kind of got to wait and see. So that right there at 17.5 is a potential setup. They're now stacking liquidity up above us. So they're still buying here. It's a little tepid. And there's a ZF ticked up and they didn't hold. Kind of going back and forth. Even better hold now. But ZN's still not ticking up. E-mini in a spot where they could potentially go long. I should put this in here just to be... Okay. Well, it wouldn't have gotten filled either way. Right? This, you gotta be careful with this one because it could be, could flip on you really quickly. Okay, so like that is not what we want. That is the E-mini pushing down aggressively and people freaking out. That's not how we want to get filled. Okay. Okay. So they're kind of holding it here, even though the E-mini is coming up. Okay, that's good. That's what we want. This should be here. See, deltas are all kind of starting to go negative, in fact. But they're not giving it up at 17 yet. So it's hard to say. It's super slow here in the E-mini, so that's, you know, they're showing some potential support there. It's getting awfully, you know, now they're gonna go. Oh, they took it. Yeah, okay, so we're wrong on that one. I think I should just, nope. Okay. So all sorts of crazy going on here now. Yes, is going nuts.
Had a long, very good conversation with about many subjects with heavy emphasis on trade. The discussion moving along nicely with meetings scheduled at the G20 in Argentina. And we also had a good discussion.
Man. So where was it? Was this what we took that one originally at 17? Oh, it was 17. All right, so I don't think I was crazy. Maybe just a little early to that trade, unfortunately. Buy the ZN, huh? So I shorted it, right? I shorted it and I wanted 15.5. And that one wouldn't have gotten filled at 15.5 yet, but that was, it sucks, huh? Okay, there you would have been filled.
Wires broadly about
Okay, well, we're still up 3 on the day. Don't know. Well, we may still get another opportunity, so let's see. That buy in the E-mini looks strong, though. They haven't overcome this sell yet, so they've kind of got somebody underwater they're trying to squeeze. Look at that. He's fighting for his life. He's losing. Look at that. Yeah, buy that. They got squeezed out. Nope. It's an iceberg there taking profits. They could go through it. I don't know. 140 would be a good stopping spot, but they watch the E-mini go. Right? Sometimes it happens. Still salty about it though. That was a good trade. They scared me out of a good trade. Was a really good trade. Would have been 4 ticks. Would have been very happy with that. I mean, I'm happy with three ticks overall today, but this is kind of a stopping spot. Like, maybe you could buy it here. 15.5. I don't know if you would want 17. You maybe want 16 or 16.5. Well, let's just watch it. I'm going to post my cryptocurrency notes. So, for those of you guys that aren't regulars, and I do think we have a couple here today, so we've got a few more people on. Usually there's only 1 to 3 people on Twitch and about a dozen people on YouTube. Today we've got, today we've got about 8 on YouTube, which is and it usually starts trailing off after about 8, but so based on those numbers, I'm sure there's a couple of new people here. So for you new people, check out the Patreon. Even if you don't want to subscribe to the Patreon, what I do there is I post some cryptocurrency charts. A very good cryptocurrency indicator, and subscribers get to see the number the day that I post it, and everybody else gets it 3 days afterwards. So that's why even if you don't end up subscribing, it's worth checking out regularly so that you can see where we're at. I won't go too much into what I think they're gonna do. You just go there and read for yourself. But it's saved people some money, so we've called the top in cryptocurrencies really, really well. Actually, it's given us pivots 3 times now, because it said buy at 6,000, it sold at 10,000, and then it sold again at 10,000. So it's really good. It can make you money, so check it out. Anyways. So I have a little script here that I use to generate my numbers with. So let's do that. Maybe I should pull up my camera back. Hi. What's it telling us today? 155. Okay, so that's a little better, actually. I'm wondering, did we get an uptick here in not really.
Block sell.
Okay. Curious. Where did I say? I said 155 and sell at 165, maybe. It looks like you would have gotten the one tick, but you wouldn't have gotten two. Wow, NQ moved $1,000. They moved an NQ. Wow. That was quite the news, wasn't it? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there was some people talking about that news there. I think it was, do you remember when the Squawk was talking about Donald Trump and China meeting? That's when we were down here and this move up in ES happened. So I think that the Chinese news was what caused the buying and really caused Treasuries to move down here. So that trade that I took at 17, that was a short. I mean, I don't think I was crazy. I did see something worthwhile there, I think. But given that the move that I missed was news, if I had gotten it, maybe it wasn't actually a super great trade. I don't know. I'm still salty about it, though. I'm still salty about it. That was a good $60 there that I could have had. November 1st. And the Bitcoin futures look very negative still. Okay, so for you new guys, if you have any questions, put them in the chat here so that I can answer them before I go. So if I get to 8:30 and I don't see any questions, then we'll just stop there. But 8:30 is around when I stop trading because I have a normal job. So, yep, if you have questions, put them in. And I'm going to mute the microphone while I type here.
Time it. It's last week's. to get the release of the Haven last week.
Okay, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, Dojo found the chart that we're looking for in our Discord. Good deal. Yeah, I'm not elite. I'm a degenerate gambler. Yeah, we might need to add Zerv into the elite group too, because he did really good in October, and I think he's pretty active, and so I think it would be useful to have him be able to give people the permissions and so forth. Hey, what do you know? We are moving up a little bit more. Maybe that buy at 15.5 was not a bad idea, but it's I don't know. That one was kind of just a shot in the dark. I feel like, I'm saying like, well, maybe it'll do something, and then it doesn't afterwards. I'm like, yeah, see, it did it. But the truth is that at the time, I just was not sure enough about the probability of that thing actually happening to take it, right? The one that I took, where I got +3 there, like, I could see the pressure. I could see somebody buying it, and I was fairly confident that we were going to move up. So, you have a good read on the order flow. It's kind of like, yeah, you'll get it right a lot, but then when you're wrong, you're really wrong. So it's kind of a little careful. Got to be careful about just taking those every time that I have a whim that it's going to turn there. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. So I don't see any additional questions. Oh, hold on. So if you're interested in trading, make sure to check out, I have a YouTube channel that has a couple of resources to get you started, like the basic description. I learned by taking the No BS day trading course, and then I've been trading for like 2.5 years now. This will be like the start of my this is like the end of my 3rd year, so second. It's been 2. This is the start of my 3rd year. So that's how I learned to trade. It takes a lot of practice and experience. But anyways, check the YouTube and the Discord. The Discord has like some crazy resources in it. So it's like the education channel has a lot of good stuff in it. How long have you been consistent for? Well, that's a good question. So my history has been starting last year around December. So from December to March, I did really, really well, and it was very, very consistent. Then kind of trailing off into March, and then definitely in April, it started to become a mess, and I stopped trading my live account. And what happened was I was not aware of the seasonal changes in the treasuries when we moved from very trending action to very range bound action, and I didn't handle those very well. And then the summer always sucks, so I traded sim in the summer and didn't do very well, and don't expect to do very well in the summer. It took me a little bit to get on my feet, but I've been doing pretty good for the past few weeks. So I wouldn't say that I'm like super consistent. But like I said, the thing that's kind of key for my consistency is the volatility, understanding the volatility of the markets. So when markets are really moving, I tend to do really well. No, we don't care about that.
When we're looking for build of last week's not doing cap.
So we don't trade gas. Anyways, so like in October when we were moving, and once I kind of caught on that this was going to go on for a while, I started doing really well. And now we're starting to become more range bound. At least that's generally where we've been this week. And I saw that, and so I've made money every day this week. So that's kind of about my consistency. If there's kind of question about like the consistency of the method overall, you got to remember that a lot of this is like very personal, but the larger thing is reading the order flow. And if you go into our Discord chat, or if you go to Jigsaw Trading, you can see that there are a lot of people that are very, very consistent in making very good money trading with these kinds of methods. So, and I think that some of them are maybe better examples of consistency and how to do it than I am. And my understanding is that it generally takes up to 3 years to really develop some consistency, and that even after that, as a retail trader, you tend to be pretty, you don't make a ton, it's still kind of just a hobby thing. So yeah. I would say that my trading right now is really good though, but I think it's going to take a little bit longer to be able to say that I'm definitely consistent. And we'll put more money in the account hopefully in January. But yeah, if you want to help with that, then go and subscribe to the Patreon. So obviously right now cryptocurrencies are going down, and the indicator says don't buy. But at some point it's going to give that buy signal, so you want to be ready for it. So I would want to again plug my Patreon, because I really believe in that indicator. I made money off of it. I made about $1,000 out of nothing in cryptocurrencies. So and I know some people that were like big whales that came into our chat and told us that they sold based off of the indicator, and they saved themselves tens of thousands of dollars. So it's definitely worth something. And hopefully, if cryptocurrencies ever takes off, that's some good money that we can use for that too. But every little bit helps. But I think, hopefully my company did well. My day job did well this year, and we'll get some more money to trade, because I feel like I'm a much better spot than I was last year. Last year I was like, the summer always sucks, but from like September to December was like a total disaster for me. And then I switched over to ZN, and I started doing really well from December onward. And so, and now I've got a much better idea of when it's going to be ranging and when it's not. So that's why I've been doing better. Anyways, I'm kind of laughing, but I'm sure that was more than an answer to the question. But yeah, so if you guys have other questions that just didn't have time to post, we always check the Discord. We're in the Discord all day, so, and there's lots of people there to answer your questions. It's a pretty active Discord, so definitely check that out. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Is the big non-farms numbers, so definitely come around for that, because we should have some fun action tomorrow. And I will see you then.